skin healthy is when you use a wash to use something that is moisturizing, something that's going to support the skin as opposed to something that's really going to dry out the skin. All right, so we are going to use just a few ingredients, and these are optional, but what's not optional are the two main ingredients, which are water and Castille soap. Now, water, I always recommend using a distilled water or filtered water as opposed to tap water when you're doing your DIY, because you want it to be, as pure as you can get it, especially for something that's going to be sitting in a more humid environment like your bathroom, for example. And then what you want is your Castille soap. Now, Castille soap, you may have seen this in a bunch of places, at Walmart, Target, your health food stores, grocery stores, etc. But Castille soap is really good because it is made out of actually plants. So it's a plant-based soap. They have different types of Castille soaps. This one, I believe, is coconut oil, kernel oil, olive oil, hemp seed oil, jojoba oil. So this is a really good, and Dr. Bronner's is, to me, the #1 brand that I've had so far when it comes to Castille soap. Now, you can get it unscented, so I'm going to use unscented Castille soap today because we're going to add essential oils to our recipe, but they also have scented ones, so if you like the smell of peppermint, you can buy one that's peppermint or lavender or whatever smell you want, especially if you don't have essential oils, and then you get that aromatherapy from the soap, all right? So we're starting again with just water and Castille soap. The other important thing is that you want a foaming soap pump. So this I got off of Amazon. It is inexpensive. You can order more than one. So I did one for my son's bathroom, so this one will be for my bathroom. But what it does is that it actually mixes that air in there, so when you pump, it comes out into a foam. So again, a foaming soap pump is what you want. And then some natural food places carry it, but you can get it off of Amazon just as well. The other trick that I have done is, let's say you buy a soap, right? So you buy a foaming soap from the grocery store, etc. When you're done with that bottle, don't throw it away. All you have to do is just, once it's empty, rinse it out and reuse it, right? So that way you're saving money and you're not putting extra plastic into the earth. All right, so what you will do is you have your pump. We are going to put water in here first. And so that I don't make an entire mess, maybe I'll go back here. I'm using my filter because I could not find my measuring cups this morning. And you are going to fill this about 3/4 full. So I will show you. You're going to fill it to about here. You don't want to fill it all the way because you're going to add your soap and some other ingredients. And if it comes all the way to the top, when you screw the top on, it's going to spill out the sides. So you want to give enough room for that, okay? Now, once you put your water in there, next what you're going to do is put in your Castille soap. Now, your Castille soap, and if you find another all-natural soap, use that. You don't have to use Castille, but, that's just my preference. You are going to start with 2 tablespoons of the soap. So you're going to add that to the, just to speed this up, add that to the foaming hand soap. Now, one thing that I have learned in doing this recipe, sometimes I need more soap than 2 tablespoons, but I always start off with the 2 tablespoons, and if you need more, you can add more. So I'm adding this here. Now we have our soap added. And so next what we're going to do is, because I want this ultra moisturizing, and especially, again, if you live in a cold climate where your skin's always dried out, or even in the summertime, your skin gets super dry, or if you just have dry skin, sometimes you might want to add a carrier oil, such as jojoba oil, coconut oil, almond oil, rose oil, grapeseed oil. There are all kinds of carrier oils that you can add. And so we're going to add 1 tablespoon of carrier oil. And that's just to add a little extra punch to our soap. You don't have to, okay? So you don't have to add this. But if you want something, because this honestly is very moisturizing, but if you want to punch it up a bit, you can add that, a carrier oil. Next, what we're going to do is we are going to add our essential oils. Now, the beauty part about essential oils is that you can create whatever smell that you want to create, right? So I am going to do one of my favorite combinations, which is orange essential oil and cedarwood. So, see if I can find an unopened cedarwood bottle here. Yes, I mean I opened one. So I have orange essential oil and I have cedarwood. Now I love orange essential oil because orange is just bright, right? So it's like such a bright smell that's really great for hand soap. And then your cedarwood is a little bit woodsy smell, and that's the combination together is just like so relaxing. So for this to go in my bathroom, that's what I'm going to blend. But of course, you can just put in whatever essential oil that you want. If you want to just put in one oil or you want to put in a couple of oils, it's up to you. But I'm going to do about 10 drops of my cedarwood essential oil. And one thing you'll notice when you're using essential oils, depending on the root of the essential oil, where it came from, it will pour out or drip out slower or faster. So cedarwood is like a heavier oil. A lot of your oils that come from trees, especially when they come from like the bark of the tree, will be a thicker oil and drip a little slower. Whereas your oils, your citrus oils are coming from the peel of whatever citrus you're using. So for example, this is orange essential oil. This actually comes from the rind, I should say, not the peel, the rind of the citrus fruit. So here, the rind of the orange, and you'll see this drips out much faster. So really fast. So I have all my ingredients in here now. We have our water, Castille soap, we have our carrier oil, and we have our essential oil. And see how much this rose to the top? Then when we first started, the water was kind of like here. So again, you don't want to fill it up, because now when we put in our top, we can see that it's even higher. So we don't want spillage. All right, so now I top that up, and what you want to do is give it a gentle shake. You don't want to shake it vigorously, because you're going to cause all kinds of soaps and suds in there. All right, so now what we're going to do is pump, okay? And when you pump it, you're gonna have to give it a few pumps before it actually comes out. All right, so you see, this actually only took a couple of pumps before it came out. And now we have our foaming hand soap. Now, one thing that you can do also is, when I go like this, see how it runs? For me, I will add a little bit more soap to this just to make it a little bit thicker. So let me rinse my hand out. Now, 1 more tablespoon and give it a shake. So again, this is why I love DIY projects, because you can really tailor it, adjust it, customize it to however you want. All right, so I added 1 more tablespoon. So now we have 3 tablespoons in here, and I am giving it a swirl. Tablespoon, and I'm going to pump this out. Oh, there's a lot. Now this is thicker, right? So this came out thicker. There's a little bit more of a top to it. It's hard for you guys to see it, so it's not as runny. So I am good with this foam texture. Plus 2, it's gonna sit for a little while, and then that'll help it to thicken up even more. So the foaming hand soap, I absolutely love. You can see it actually works, right? So it works, and it's very gentle. It feels so silky. And when you go to rinse your hand off, your hand's not going to have that like tight feeling to it. It's gonna feel very smooth and just soft. And you get the aromatherapy of the essential oils that you put in, if you choose to use essential oils. So that's all that I have. I'm going to rinse my hand off, watch the replay, and give doing your own foaming hand soap a try. It is super easy, very satisfying, and it's great for your skin. And it's cheaper too. All right, so I love you guys. Have a great rest of your Sunday and a blessed week. Talk to you later. Bye.